4, art moves. We're going to begin today with a breathing exercise. You may have heard it called 3-part breathing before, or I've called it clavicular breathing in the past, but really the important thing is we're going to manipulate and breathe into the biggest part of our lungs first, the lower lobes of the lungs. So just get yourself standing or seated for this, and you can put your hands on your belly, you can be by your sides, whatever's comfortable. We're going to move them around to the different places we're directing the breath. So what I'd like for you to do is just start to pay attention to your breath. See where you're at. Are you ready for an inhale, or do you want to fully exhale? And then we'll neutralize and come back to starting this sequence together. So fully exhale. And this is going to be done through our nose, inhaling through our nose. So breathing in, into the lower lungs, and now out into the mid lung, into the sides, and now up to the top. And when we exhale, we're going to put the tongue to the roof of the mouth and like making a hissing sound. That's your full exhale. And again, open the chest, and then keep going, breathing in. Your rhythm might be a little longer or shorter than mine, don't worry. Just follow the prompts where you want the breath to go. Up to the chest, lift the collarbones, and keep going, breathing in. Lower, middle, upper. You might feel your spine extend. And breathing in. Think of the lungs breathing back, breathing, expanding into your low back, mid back, up into your shoulder blades, up to the back of your neck. We have 2 more rounds, breathing in. And last round. And exhale. We're going to warm up the body with some joint freeing exercises. So bring the top of your wrist, called the neck of the crane, lifting up with the top of the wrist, and then the palms push away, then more the inside of the wrist, thumb, and then the pinky side. And again, neck of the crane, top of the wrist up, palms push away evenly, thumb side, pinky side, and neck of the crane, palms away, thumb side, and pinky side. Now with the legs, hold on to a chair or a couch, and you're going to flex the foot, and the top of the foot lifts, then the edge of the foot, and then the inside. So flex, top of the ankle, edge, and inside. Flex the foot, heel away, top of the foot up, edge, and inside. You can do this to improve balance too, not use a chair. So kick away, and the edge. Now flex, point, inside edge, and then outer edge. Flex, top of the foot, inside, and the edge. There you go. I want to show you now how to do the 8 brocades seated in a chair. This is all about your spine, really. So being stable and balanced. So the first one, lifting earth to heaven, you would just lift the arms up and then arms float down. Second one, shooting the bow. You go across the body. You're shifting in the chair and coming around and pulling back on the bow, coming all the way around, pulling back on the bow, coming back. Third one, separating heaven and earth, arms coming apart and turning and looking away from the hand. Number 4, wise owl looks behind, turning the head, trying to look all the way behind you. And you can deflate seated in a chair as well. Now, number 5, you just widen your knees and you're coming up and arching and coming through the middle. Get creative. You know, you're really just trying to extend your spine, bend forward, and to lifting heaven, drawing heaven down to earth. You would go down the backs of your legs, arms by the ears, come up one piece, hips to fingertips, squeeze back. Yeah. Okay, now this is your preview for number 7, punching with fiery eyes. You are going to punch back and forth. And then the 8th one, this is preview for number 8 too. You're lifting up and dropping down. Okay, there's your preview. And moving into the 8 brocades. Shift your weight and step your feet hips width apart. Moving into number 1, lifting earth to heaven. So lifting up, turn the wrists at the chest and follow the hands up, and then the arms float down. So you're able to make this as active as you need it to be. Incorporate the breathing, inhaling, coming up with the hands, and exhaling, letting the arms come down. Lifting up, exhaling the arms down. In between the brocades, we will lift up onto the toes and then drop the heels. Lifting up onto the toes and drop heels. It's a grounding technique that helps to activate more downward energy. Wider stance, bow stance, coming down. So it doesn't matter which one arm you start with. You are pushing and pulling and then letting go of the arrow. I really recommend really keep your focus on that hand that comes across and staring and switching hands. Coming across, you're trying to get the shoulders to shift and be perpendicular to the hips. So pushing and pulling. Pushing and pulling. And come to standing. Arms down. 3 times lifting and lowering in between the exercises. Inhaling and exhaling down. Inhaling, exhaling down. Inhaling and exhaling down. Separating heaven and earth, number 3. One arm up, one arm down. The wrists are flexed. Look away from the arm. Turn back. Find the upper hand and then down. Lift. Just try to remember which one you started with. Separate. Look away. Turn forward. Find the hand. And down. Really focus on what your neck is doing here. You are separating, creating isometric tension in the arms, turning and looking. And then you get nice neck extension and down. So really looking for neck rotation, ease of rotation, because you create a lot of stability in your shoulders and then your neck, frees your neck up to move. Separate, look away, turn forward, find the hand, and down. The rest of your body is pretty stable. It's not really moving at all. Hips and shoulders stay stationary. Just that isometric action in the arms. Okay, 3 times, lifting up onto the toes and drop the heels. Inhale, lifting up and drop the heels. And drop the heels. Wise owl looks behind, number 4. Straighten up, get your body as tall as possible, then turn the head and then deflate. Everything relaxes. Lift up, spine is long and turn. And exhale, deflate. So there's not a lot of straight limbs in Qigong, but there's always exceptions. This one, it is purposeful to fully straighten your legs, tighten your back, tighten your area between your shoulder blades, and this will free up the front side of your body so you can turn with more ease. So side to side, just starting to notice, is one side a lot harder to turn your neck than the other side? You know it's exactly the same. You're doing the exact same motion. We just have very one-sided dominant activities in our life. So trying to create symmetry and shake it out. And now 3 times you are going to lift up and lower. And the brocades are a rejuvenating Qigong routine for vitality and longevity. Number 5. Okay, we're getting down into our stance. This is great to do in a chair, so you can really focus on the spine if you need to, and with balance. But you're turning, trying to get your hips square to that front knee, coming up, looking up, and then exhaling down over, straight over the knee, then through the middle, then to the other knee and up. Take your time. You might be a little slower than I am or faster than I am. The goal is to be going through the middle, the deep squat, and then a deep lunge, looking up. I like to exhale all the way through the middle, exhaling to the other side. Then my body starts to lift up. I inhale, exhale down through the middle. Coming through the middle again. Deep lunge, back leg is straight, front knee is bent. This is called Dragon Swings Its Tail. You can put the hands on the low back, get more support for the kidneys, and come through one more time to this side. Inhaling up. And come to the middle. Oh, we have one more. One more this side. And coming through. So sometimes there's rounds of 5. 3, 5, 7 are the number of times you do things. Lifting up and drop down. And lifting up onto the toes and drop down. Lifting up onto the toes and drop down. So pulling heaven to earth is number 6. So when you arch back, you are really, really working to go up, and the back will happen effortlessly. And then we go down the backs of the legs. Now lifting in one piece from hips to fingertips. And back again onto the low back. Down our legs on your exhale. Bend the knees so you come up with leg strength. Shifting up and back. Hands onto low back. Inhale. It's a good time to inhale. You can even hold the breath and squeeze a little bit. Then down the backs of the legs. Forward. Lifting up. Squeeze the kidneys. This brings a tremendous amount of yang energy into the body. So yang energy is the flow, is the spark, is the movement. Great pose to do in the morning. Great thing to do even midday when you need a boost. Anything that helps to enliven the kidneys is going to help affect your energy levels. And when you come up now, just bend the knees and let yourself roll up. Coming to standing. 3 times in between here, you're going to lift up and drop and lower. Good. Lifting up, drop and lower. Good. And again, lift up onto the toes and drop and lower. Now into number 7. Very fun. Very good pose. 4, releasing any extra adrenaline and cortisol that your body, used in these poses. So I want you to start going down into a squat. Continue to move down into a squat. And with the arms, I'm going to have you lift up now as you bend the knees. So the hips are sinking and the arms are kind of pushing up and opening. Pushing up and opening. Pushing up again. Okay, bring the hands to your waist and you're going to alternately push and punch. Pull back and punch, rather. You are going to punch. So see how the wrist turn at the end. You are tensing and then punch. Punch. So what we're going to do is now speed this up in a few, yes. Now just keep punching. Now this pose is called swinging fists with fiery eyes. So it's in a very appropriate place to feel anger and frustration and let yourself be a little aggravated and let it out. And so just punch it out and give it away and get it out. And then it's gone. It's gone forever. You're all set. So kick it out of your legs and let yourself now move into the 8th one. The 8th one is actually the one that is in between all the other ones. So this is an example of the brocade. It's woven. So you may see if you do any reading about the 8 brocades, the 8 is they're also called the 8 silken brocades. So it's like these are all woven together like silk, like a beautiful robe, a beautiful piece of fabric. But you're making this energetic woven fabric robe around yourself. So this sets the energy for yourself for the day, or kind of governs it and dictates it, the way it's coming to you and the way it's leaving you. It's recalibrating your energetic field. And your breathing, bringing it all together, tying it all together with the breath. Thank you to our cameo dogs today. Thank you for the beautiful lake. And have a wonderful day.